Good Monday, makers. This is episode 6 of Maker Pipe Monday, and we love Mondays because it's the day we get to go over all the community builds that have been posted to Maker Pipe Connect and feature the great things that you've done. So if you want to see more builds and other tips and tricks, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we're on to the builds. So the first one we've got is a great story where the customer that built this posted the before sketch of their design and then the after photos. And we love to see that because that's part of the design process. And our favorite thing is helping people pull off their DIY build. Here is a garden trellis that they sketched out that was going to be posted up against a fence and just a few connectors to hold their melon plants. And there's the before photo, and then there's the build. They pulled it off great, really cool, because they only used a couple connectors, some 90 here, and then maybe some T's to hold it to the fence. And then check this out. They have holding up their melons. They have, I think, pantyhose, possibly. I'm not sure. But it looks fantastic, and they pulled it off. So we love seeing it. Thanks so much for sharing. Next one we've got is from Prodigal Green. It is this huge greenhouse. And check this out. They did a timber frame, which is the green post there, and then this whole Maker Pipe structure for the roof. And it came out fantastic. They've got a lot of detail photos here. Here's a good one where you can see they went up with the roof line, and that's got to be over 10 feet, and they're using the 180 degree to kind of extend that. And then they've got these trusses going across, the braces going across with the 45s, T's here. They use the 90 degree connector for the peak on the roof, and it's fantastic. A couple cool things that they did was they used steel wire going down, running to the timber frame to help support it. That's a great idea, and we'd like to see more of that. And then also looks like they bolted some of the connectors to the conduit, and that's a good technique. If you're going to see a lot of load, especially pulling out of the connector, there's a couple ways that we've seen to do it. You can drill all the way through and run a nut and bolt, or you could drill through one side of the connector and then half of the conduit and run a self-tapping screw or something like that. But it really makes it solid, and it came out fantastic. So great job, Prodigal Green. We love that you sent this in, and you just did a fantastic job. So thanks for sharing. Next one we've got is this great recumbent bike headrest. And Pharrell posted this and said that it saved him a ton of money, which we always like hearing. He was buying this headrest, I guess was $190, but he made it out of Maker Pipe and conduit and saved a bunch of money. So fantastic job. And he's got this photo here where here's the headrest. It attaches to the recumbent bike, and it looks comfy. So thanks so much for sharing. We appreciate it. Next one is from Mike. Mike took his solo skiff and added this grab rail or kind of handrail to it. So looks like he's got this outfitted for fishing and his trolling motor, and he's got this front grab rail that he made out of Maker Pipe that hooks into the boat and gives him a little bit of stability when he's standing or moving around the boat. So that's really cool, and only took he did some 90s here. He also could have used T's and then one T connector. Looks like he used some black wrap and some white wrap here, and it came out fantastic. So that's great. Thanks so much for sharing, Mike. We love seeing that. Next one we have is from Tim. Tim in his garden had a raised bed here, and he did a shade on top of the raised bed. This is something that we see a lot, and it's a great use of Maker Pipe. I'll zoom in here and you can see how he did it. He looks like he took 90 degrees again for the roof peak, and then some 180s and T's. In the middle he might have used a 4-way here to go all the way down and support it, and then some shade cloth wrapped around. So it looks great. It looks like plants are doing fantastic, so we love to see that. Thanks for sharing. Next one is by Jordan. He made this for his girls' playroom and loft. And you can see here he used maker pipe in conjunction with a wood ladder and frame, and it came out fantastic. He's got just a few T connectors here and some great bends. We love to see that in the conduit, wrapped in black. And then this is neat where he attached it to the wood ladder. He used these blocks and then drilled in the conduit. So he said it keeps his daughters safe and when they're climbing up there, and we love to hear that. So thanks so much for sharing. Next one is by David. He made an ironing center for quilting, this roll around workstation / cart, and did a fantastic job. He used casters on the bottom. We sell a caster kit so you can add wheels to your build, and they just push up into the conduit. And then we also we sold him a few connectors. It looks like he used 90 degrees for these shelves with a brace in the middle and with T's there. And I'm sure it's really sturdy and great for ironing or whatever he needs to do on it. It's a really cool build. Thanks for sharing, David. Next one we have is from Steven. He made this fantastic boat cover. And he's got this dock, and he's got a structure that keeps his boat out of his water. I guess you call it a dry dock or a boat lift. And what he did was he made the sides of it out of cloth and maker pipe. And that's, you can see, built around the existing structure on top, and then made these sides to keep, water spray off, keep the sun off, and it came out fantastic. Here you can see where he kind of linked it to the existing structure. Here's the panels made out of cloth and maker pipe connectors. He did some custom 45s here as well to fit the size of the structure. And we checked in with him. He's had this out there for at least a year now, and he says it's holding up good and everything's great, and he's happy with it. He's going to do some more maker pipe builds, but this is one of our favorites, and looks like a great place to store a boat. Beautiful lake. Thanks for sharing. Next one is from Donald, and they're down in New Mexico, and they needed a solution for keeping shade, keep putting shade on their veggies, and then also having a trellis for their climbers, like their beans and cucumbers and things like that. So they did a lightweight row cover cloth, and they're going to do 6 mil plastic at the end of the season to kind of extend their season. But check this out. They use the wire here for the climbers, and then it goes all the way down a whole row. Looks to be about 30 feet or so, and they covered it with shade cloth for the summer to get some shade on the plants. So fantastic build. That was really neat to see. Thanks so much for sharing. Next one is from Meg. She did a maker pipe structure to help reinforce her grapevines on these trellises. It looks like there's a trellis in this corner and maybe each corner of this beautiful backyard deck, and she took and made a maker pipe frame to support that and keep it strong. So that's really cool, and we'd love to see that. And that's all the time we've got for this week. 10 builds up, 10 builds down. We love seeing them. Keep them coming in the community. And I want to hear from you guys in the comments. Which one is your favorite? That's all we got for this week. Thanks again, and see you next time.